Hey, welcome to this episode of Learn This Deck with the brilliantly awesome Dreaming Way Tarot. And yes, today's card is the Lover's card. And I know this card is something that any person, usually, especially relationship readings, people are very curious and very eager to see this card come up in their readings. So, how does this card look like in this particular deck, the Dreaming Way Tarot? And let's look at the story because I am sensing a very, very interesting story taking place in this card. In the environment of this card, well, there's not much, it's just clear skies. So let's move on to the person. And we've got not one or not two, but actually three people in this card image, right? First off, we have the girl and the guy, and they're all very awkward, shy glances. Well, they're looking at each other and then they're pretending not to be looking at each other. That it kind of sort of talks of the very, very initial stages of attraction within a relationship. And I get the feeling here that the relationship has yet to sort of formalize. And it's that girl in the middle, the angel girl. I think she is sort of making it happen. She's bringing it about. If you see, she's holding hands with both the guy and the girl, and she's sort of somewhat, instrumental in bringing them, to face each other. Also, if you see, her eyes are closed, and closed eyes, to me anyhow, that signifies looking within. So whatever she's doing, she has a lot of deep feelings and thoughts associated with whatever she's doing here. And then, of course, we notice her wings, the butterfly wings, the fairy wings, the angel wings, whatever. These are the wings. And they look so beautiful and so delicate, and the shading and the coloring is just so pretty. But if you notice near her shoulders, it looks like they are straps. So what I feel is now, because obviously it's in keeping with the very realistic or contemporary theme of the deck, the wings are strapped on. That also, to me, very, if you look at the symbols within this particular card image, I would say that she's taken that role on herself. She's bringing them together. And wings obviously will help you fly, they will help you transform, they will uh, help you transition. So through this, whatever action that she's bringing them together, she is also transforming. Somewhere also along the way, as I was looking at the card image, I had the first thing sort of really that popped up in my head was love triangle. So maybe she likes the guy, but then the guy likes this other girl, and so she's being the matchmaker, and she's sort of being the good person or the nice person, stepping out of the way but bringing these two together, that sort of thing. And of course, the other symbols would be the awkward glances, which talk about a very, budding sort of romantic relationship between these two. And yep, those wings and her closed eyes and the awkward faces and expressions of this. So let's see what the LWB has to say. And these were the words in the LWB description that sort of stood out for me. Real love that does not try to possess and control the other person. Maybe romantic love, an attractive force that brings like minded people together. An angel blesses the couple and strengthens their bond. So, when there's this attractive force that brings like-minded people together, and this is true because in many readings I've also seen that this card doesn't necessarily always talk about romantic relationships. While this picture lends itself to a story where someone might be bringing these two together, or sacrificing their love in that love triangle sort of scenario, but it could also signify a situation or a circumstance where two people who have a very deep connection are actually connecting with each other for real that way. It could talk about such situations. And the Lovers card, again, that's how I look at it. Can talk about these situations as well. So, here are my keywords. Upright. This card talks about, of course, a relationship. Then it talks about how one is sacrificing their love for the other person, the angel girl. She could also be matchmaking. There's a definite attraction between the girl and the boy there, which could also be a friendship or a deep bond, right? And I believe this angel girl also shares a very deep sort of bond or connection with both the girl and the boy. That's a very interesting sort of connection that I keep feeling as well. And then, of course, when we reverse the card, here's what happens. This relationship, which is just forming or which probably has formed, has now broken up. And now the angel girl, who is such a nice person in the upright, becomes the villain of the piece, and she causes the breakup. If it's just a friendship, then this card in the reverse can talk about a distance that comes about in friendship sometimes for a variety of reasons. Or this card can also talk about the lover's reverse, especially. It does talk about superficial relationships, especially nowadays. There are many relationships that, why nowadays is you have all kinds of superficial relationships existing in the world from day one. The lover's reverse talks about that. All right. So, what is my card story? And well, not surprisingly, really, when I sat down to write the card story, instead of finding myself in the place of the girl or the boy, I found myself in the place of that angel. It's not to say that I'm an angel. I think that's not to say that I'm some sort of an angelic person. But here's the story that came out anyway. Okay. Love isn't always about having that person in your life. Sometimes, all the time really, it's about the happiness of that person and what you can do to help cause or create it for him. Maybe you think I'm being too good or I'm giving up easily, but I'm just making way for his joy. I'm just helping create his happiness, and that makes me happy. Once my role is played out, I'll be free to leave and find my new path. Wow. So, this was the whole feel I got when I found myself in place of that angel there when I was looking at the card story. So it's not like, yes, she is giving up her sort of claim to the guy, maybe, but she's doing it with a very open heart, and she's not intending to sit there and feel sad about what she's done, what the so called quote unquote sacrifice that she's making. She's not doing it because, that doesn't emerge from a place of sadness for her. Well, she's sad that the guy doesn't like her clearly, but that doesn't make her just get all depressed and stuff. She's making sure he's happy because then she feels that she will be also happy. But then she's like, okay, once it's all done, I'm gonna go. My role is gonna be played out, and I'm gonna leave and find a new path for myself. So it's not necessarily always a sad sort of ending for her. That's how I feel anyway. Okay, so what is your card story? What was your interpretation? What were your keywords? And go ahead, share your photographs of your journal, share everything on social media. Use the hashtag learn this deck. You can also add the lover's card, the dreaming way tarot hashtag, and hashtag TaroticallySpeaking. So we can, basically find each other, like each other's stuff, and, see each other's journal and so on. So that was it for today. And I'm sorry I was not able to make the video yesterday. Life stuff catches up with you. But anyway, I will be back again tomorrow with the next card, which will be the Chariot card. So see you guys soon. Bye now.